Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen one of those ads that says, make $10,000 this month with zero experience? Or maybe, this one simple trick made me rich overnight. Yeah, we've all seen them. And for a split second, a part of you thinks, what if this is real? Because let's be honest, who doesn't want an easier way to make money? Who doesn't want to skip the struggle, skip the years of hard work and just win? But here's the truth most people learn the hard way. Those get-rich-quick promises, they're almost always scams. And the worst part is, they're getting smarter. They don't look obvious anymore. They don't feel like scams. They feel convincing, professional, even believable. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to spot these scams instantly, before they waste your time, drain your wallet, and leave you frustrated. Because once you see these patterns, you can't unsee them. And trust me, that's a good thing. Let's start with the biggest red flag of all. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. I know, you've heard that before. But here's the thing. People still fall for it every single day. Why? Because these scams are designed to hit your emotions, not your logic. They don't want you thinking clearly. They want you excited. They want you imagining your life after you make all that money. No more bills, no more stress, no more worrying. And in that emotional state, you stop asking questions. Think about it. If someone really had a guaranteed way to make millions quickly, why would they sell it to you for $97? Why would they need thousands of strangers to buy into it? It doesn't add up. Real wealth doesn't come from shortcuts. It comes from value, consistency, and time. So the moment you see instant success, guaranteed income, or no effort needed, that's your signal to walk away immediately. Now here's the second thing you need to watch for. Fake urgency. This one is sneaky. You'll see things like, only 10 spots left, offer expires in 24 hours, join now or miss out forever. Let's be real for a second. If something is truly valuable, it doesn't need pressure tactics like that. Scammers use urgency to rush your decision. Because when you're rushed, you don't think, you react, you click, you buy, you commit, and later, you regret it. Here's a simple trick you can use. Anytime you feel pressured to act fast, do the opposite. Pause. Give it a day. If it's real, it'll still be there tomorrow. If it's fake, well, you just saved yourself money. Now let's talk about something that catches a lot of people off guard. Fake success stories. You've probably seen them. Screenshots of huge earnings, testimonials from students who made thousands, videos of people showing off their lifestyle, nice cars, fancy houses, expensive vacations. But here's what most people don't realize. A lot of that can be faked. Screenshots? Easy to edit. Testimonials? Often scripted or paid. Lifestyle content? Sometimes rented just for the video. I'm not saying everyone is lying, but I am saying you shouldn't blindly trust what you see. Here's the thing. Real success leaves a trail. Consistent content, real engagement, transparent history, not just one viral video and a sales page. So instead of asking, does this look impressive? Ask, does this look real? That question alone can save you from a lot of bad decisions. Now here's another major red flag. Vague explanations. Scammers love to talk without actually saying anything. They'll use phrases like automated systems, secret algorithms, done-for-you business models. Sounds impressive, right? But what does that actually mean? Nothing. If someone can't clearly explain how you're going to make money, that's a problem. Real opportunities are simple to understand. Not necessarily easy, but clear. For example, selling products online, offering services, creating content, investing. These are real paths. They make sense. But when someone hides behind fancy words and avoids specifics, they're usually hiding something. And honestly, that something is usually the truth. Now let's talk about the guru factor, because this one gets people all the time. You see someone online, confident, successful, charismatic. They seem like they have it all figured out, and they position themselves as the expert, the one who can guide you. But here's what you need to understand. Just because someone looks successful doesn't mean they are. And just because someone is confident doesn't mean they're honest. A lot of these gurus make their money from selling courses, not from the thing they're teaching. Think about that. They're teaching you how to make money by making money off of you. That doesn't mean all courses are bad, but it does mean you should ask one important question. How do they actually make most of their income? If the answer is selling the dream, that's a red flag. Now here's another tactic that's becoming more common. They make you feel like you're the problem. This one is subtle but powerful. You buy into something, it doesn't work, and instead of taking responsibility, they say, you didn't try hard enough. You didn't follow the system properly. Other people are succeeding, so it must be you. And that makes you doubt yourself. You think, maybe I just need to try again. So you spend more money, more time, more effort, and the cycle continues. Here's the truth. A real opportunity doesn't need to blame you to survive. It stands on its own. If something consistently fails for most people, that's not your fault. That's the system. Now let's get into something practical. How do you actually protect yourself? Because awareness is great, but action is better. First, always do your research. Look beyond the sales page. Search for real reviews, not the ones on their website, but independent ones, forums, discussions, honest feedback. And don't just look for positive reviews, look for complaints, patterns. If multiple people are saying the same negative thing, pay attention. Second, follow the money. Where is it actually coming from? Is the business model based on real value, or is it based on recruiting more people? Because if it's the second one, you're not in a business, you're in a trap. Third, trust your instincts. This one might sound simple, but it's powerful. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore that feeling. Your brain picks up on things your conscious mind doesn't always process immediately. So if you feel hesitation, listen to it. Now here's something important I want you to remember. Wanting to make more money is not the problem. Wanting a better life is not the problem. The problem is thinking there's a shortcut, because that mindset is exactly what scammers target. They're not just selling a product, they're selling hope. And when hope isn't grounded in reality, it becomes dangerous. But here's the good news. Once you understand how real money is made, scams lose their power, because real money follows real value. It might not be fast, it might not be flashy, but it works. Think about it. People who build skills, people who solve problems, people who stay consistent, they win in the long run. Not overnight, but permanently. And honestly, that's what you should be aiming for. Not quick wins, not temporary success, but something real, something stable, something you can actually build on. So the next time you see one of those get-rich-quick offers, pause for a second. Ask yourself, is this logical or just emotional? Is this clear or vague? Is this realistic or exaggerated? Those questions alone can save you months, even years of frustration. Because the truth is, the internet is full of opportunities, but it's also full of distractions. And the faster you learn to tell the difference, the faster you start moving in the right direction. Look, nobody likes being scammed. Nobody likes feeling like they wasted their time or money. But the goal isn't just to avoid scams, it's to become someone who can't be fooled by them. Someone who thinks clearly, someone who asks the right questions, someone who plays the long game. Because that's where real success lives. And once you shift your mindset from quick money to real money, everything changes. You stop chasing and you start building. And that's when things finally start working. And hey, if this video helped you see things a little more clearly, I appreciate you being here. Seriously, if you want more real talk about money, smart decisions, and avoiding the traps most people fall into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're dropping videos like this all the time. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Take care, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.